Welcome back to another episode of Coffee Meets Vodka. I'm your host, Rhea, and I'm handling life one shot at a time. Sit back, relax, let's talk all things pop culture, celebrities, gossip, trends, and let's become best friends. What? I'm just saying what everyone else is thinking. Hello from London town. I'm so excited to be recapping some of my trip because guess what? She's international, babe. We're doing a bedside chat today. It's about 10:30 in the morning. I've been sleeping in. It's giving jet lag. I'm here for it. I will say the walls are paper fucking thin and there is a child hooting and hollering outside. So if you hear it, you know it's my hell on earth. So I love that for me. I will say our Airbnb is like really amazing. It's in a great area. We're in West London. Highly recommend. I know people are like, oh my God, you're a city girl. I'm actually not. I'm not in love with like the hustle and bustle. I like to definitely go to the city. I don't like to be in the noise. You know what I'm saying? Like I like a little suburb or like the outskirts because I need my recoup time. And this town, I would totally live in the place that we're living. It is so freaking cute. I feel like I'm in a fairy tale. You know what it's giving? A little bit of the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Dom? Anyways, that or like Beauty and the Beast. Although I think Edinburgh is giving more like gothic, whatever. Loving it so far. We don't have a Brews and Booze review because I've been ripping and running all week. Basically, we did like a mini trip inside of another trip. So we went to Edinburgh this past weekend and it was so freaking amazing. Now that's where I would live. Scotland is so amazing. You guys have got to go. We went to Edinburgh. We did a whole day tour for, I don't know, 10, 12 hours or something. Our tour guide, Gary, literally, he was so good. And I'll link the tour that we did. It was rabies or rabbies? I don't know. Anyways, I don't know why I'm talking to my friend who's in the other room with the door shut because it's giving like she can't hear me. I mean, she can hear me, but she doesn't know like when I'm talking to her, I'm talking to myself. Anyways, I'll link the tour below and the show notes. So like if you guys are ever coming to Scotland or Edinburgh, like you guys can definitely take that and request Gary. He was so amazing. That guy, so smart. He's definitely lived like many lives and we learned so much about Scotland and Britain and the UK and how it's like all connected, but then not really. And like when the timelines of everything occurred. So he was giving us the lowdown because I actually got a text saying like, is the United Kingdom a country? Like, yeah, it is. But there was like a history about it because I asked him, I was like, I know this is stupid. We all know the answer. And he's like, he's actually not stupid. It's pretty interesting history. Opened up a can of worms. We learned so much. So let me try to remember because I did not take notes correctly. So there's like this rivalry kind of between Scotland and England. It started with Mary Queen of Scots. So Mary Queen of Scots means it's Mary Queen of like the Scottish people versus England is King or Queen of the land. So king, like that's different overall. So then when King Henry the Eighth, which I'm so excited, I'm going to the museum today, which is his old house, basically. It's Hampton Court, so now they've turned it into a museum and I'm very excited for that. So King Henry, I asked like why he's the most popular king, and really it's just kind of a timing of it all too. Like yes, he did kind of change like a lot of the landscape for England, but also, you know, around the time that he was king, the medieval times, 1500s, a specific paint that they would use that wasn't that good. So the paintings that were, they would fade a lot, really, like way easier. So the time when he became king, there was just like better quote technology. The paintings would last longer. So that's why there is like a lot of history and stuff with him, because just around that time, it's like there's a lot of self-portraits and stuff because of that technology. Two, he obviously changed the landscape of England, and you know, they say that, or he says that it was because he wanted to divorce one of his wives and, you know, created the Church of England and separated it and between Catholic, Roman Catholic, and then the Church of England. But really, it was like for power. He just wanted power over, you know, Scotland and Wales and Great Britain. So also around that time, they were saying that, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm trying to regurgitate this info. So around that time, they were saying that the Scots were mostly Protestant. They were mostly Protestant? Carly, the Scots. And then they changed to what? Or vice versa. Oh, now we got to Google. Hold on. Okay, yeah. So around the 1500s, 1560s, so around King Henry's time when he wanted to make, the Church of England and break off from the Roman Catholic Church, the Scottish people became mostly Protestant around that time. So there's a lot of rivalry with that because King Henry VIII was trying to force the Church of England onto everybody, and they renounced the Pope's authority and wanted to become mostly Protestant, which I think the majority of people are today, which is very interesting. So there's, kind of a rivalry between England and Scotland, which I guess it's more so of like, depends where you are, depends who you are, but there's a lot of Scottish people that don't like English and vice versa. So I thought that was all very interesting. And that guy was just really interesting. Like, we had like a lot of good combo. And get this, during COVID, or I guess the majority of his career, he was selling, he was in pharmaceutical sales. And then during COVID, he quit to become a bus tour guide and moved back to Edinburgh. He was in London and then he moved back to Edinburgh. And I was like, wow, that's very cool. So he like moved his family there and now he just does bus tour guide Ken. And we love that because that guy was really fucking smart. Like, I'm telling you, the convos. And I got to sit front seat. I got to sit shotgun, passenger princess. And I was like, wow, this tour is either going to hate me or love me because I have like so many questions. Ended up every stop we, got off, people would, how we're waiting for everybody to get off. So they would be like, oh my God, that's so great. Like, what a great question and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And then me and my friends were talking about it. And yeah, so I was like worried that I was like ruining the tour for everybody. But I think, the convo like really made it more. Not to say that I'm so smart and I was asking the questions. The tour was already badass on its own, but like the way, and this is true, like I asked him, I said, so does everybody do tours like this? And he was like, absolutely not. He's like, I like the way that I do tours because it sparks questions and then we have conversations like this and we can go more in depth. And I said, yeah, exactly. So my questions are based off of, his knowledge already. And it was amazing. Obviously, everybody else asks questions too, not just me. So okay, so that was cool. So we went to like 5 different places. We went to Loch Ness, which actually a loch is a lake in Scottish. So Loch Ness, it's Lake Ness. And we did a boat tour there. Very cool. My dumbass thought that Loch Ness, so it was 750 feet deep, which is a couple miles deep. I really thought that it was deeper than Titanic, but I was missing a 1 and an extra 0. So yikes, that's important. But they were saying that they can't really explore it just due to the minerals that come from the granite of Loch Ness, because it turns the water black and it's like really hard to explore, and the sun only goes like, I don't know, maybe like a mile deep or something, or less than that. Anyways, my point in saying this is the sun doesn't really penetrate most of the lake, so they don't really know what's in there. Now, I will say the guy who was a tour guide, amazing tour guide as well. He definitely didn't like me, and it was kind of giving younger than me. And he asked, oh, get this. So he was like, does anybody know what the North Sea is? And it was dead quiet. And I started going, yo ho, because you're on that side of TikTok. And I literally told him, I'm like, like TikTok, the North Sea talk. And he goes, no. And I was like, oh my God, like, you're definitely younger than me. Like, why don't you know? Anyways, he said that they found an English eel in the North Sea, and there are remnants of eels and like, I don't know, he said there's like, I don't know, 4,000 different types of species or something like that they've found remnants of at the bottom of the lake, and that they're still doing research on like all the animals in there and everything like that. Now, he showed us a picture of an English eel. I'll have to try to find one and put one in here. Lake Loch Ness, or Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster, is giving English eel, babe. Like, I'm convinced. I don't know. Like, that is not, I mean, conspiracy theory debunked. Like, it's giving English eel. I just feel like they can get like really, really, really big. I mean, like over, I don't know, 6-7 feet in length, and that's like a baby one, like a medium size. That's not even like a full grown adult. Could you guys imagine, like, I mean, I guess not that you would really be swimming in there, like want to be swimming in there, but could you guys imagine just like swimming around and then like that eel just like popped up? I mean, it kind of makes sense if you look at the picture of Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster, and then you look at a picture of an eel, it looks the same. Also, did they have cameras back in like the 1800s? Because isn't that when that photo was taken? Let me look. Okay, what year was this? 1934. The surgeon's photo published in 1934 became the very image of Loch Ness Monster. Famous photo falsified, ? In the 65 years since the birth of a modern legend, dozens of people have come forward with photographs purporting to show the monster. I mean, you guys, I don't know, it makes sense with the eel situation, you know, like, and I guess just like, who's to say? I don't know. I believe in it. Oh, another conspiracy theory. Did you know that Americans are the only ones that believe in aliens? Because the guy was like, the tour guy, when we were getting off, he was like, if you guys should take a speedboat tour down to wherever he said. And he was like, you know, Dr. Crowley is like the most evil person to ever live in Scottish history. And there was like satanic rituals, and that's where 666 came from. And they would sacrifice children and like all this stuff. And he was like, it's really interesting. And I mean, he was just riddling off conspiracy theory after conspiracy theory after conspiracy theory. And he was like, do you guys believe in it? I was like, yeah, I believe in aliens. And he like looked at me like I was crazy. And then I realized that my friend who we're also with, and we went to Edinburgh with, she lives here. If you guys remember my friend that me and Crystal met in Canada when we went, she lives here. And I remember her telling us that only Americans believe in aliens because only aliens visit America. That is so true. Well, I guess I didn't know that it was true until now, but she was like, no, aliens don't come to Australia. Aliens don't come to like Scotland or England or like Europe or anything like that. I'm shocked. So America's the only one that believes in aliens. And so when I said that, I feel like it's so funny because like that guy's energy was giving very much like super conspiracy. He was like eyebrow deep in conspiracy theories and like whatever. And I just honestly loved it because he was so passionate about it. But then like I was crazy for believing in aliens, and he was like, yeah, stupid American. I love that. So anyways, if anybody else is not like from America, I would love to know what you guys think about aliens, because I don't know. I thought it made sense. And that is true. Why do we only have Area 51? Much to think, you know? Okay, so we went to Edinburgh. It's the oldest city. The new town in Edinburgh is like 250 years old, and the old town is about, I don't know, I think like 500 or something. By the way, did you guys know that when you say that you're shit-faced, do you want to know where that comes from? Let me tell you. Back in, I guess, the UK, England, Scotland, they used to have this saying called Gertie Lou, and that would mean for you to look up so you can move from when people are throwing their waste out of their windows. So some guy, this is just like folklore, but you know, like this is actually where it comes from. It wasn't like some specific guy, but like, you know, you're coming home drunk from the bar, drinking too many whiskeys, and somebody says Gertie Lou, and you're drunk and you're like, what? And then they dumped their waste on your face, and then you're shit-faced. That's like legit where it comes from. I thought that was interesting. And they also put a ban on, you know, taking out your waste multiple times a day. You could only do it twice a day because Edinburgh smelled so bad, and people were, you know, there was waste everywhere. So they only did it once, 10 a.m. in the morning, and then 10 a.m. 10 a.m. and then 10 p.m. And that's when people would do it. Gosh, there's just so much history, and it was so beautiful. There's also an ordinance in Edinburgh to where you cannot build. So like in London, if you look around, or if you're from here or you visit, you'll see, for instance, we went to the Tower of London a couple days ago. There's like huge modern buildings right next to the Tower of London. It's giving Houston with no zoning laws. So I asked about zoning laws, and in Edinburgh, you can't build up, and you can't build like new buildings. I guess obviously unless they're, really like decayed and things like that, but they do a really good job of keeping up with their buildings and their city life and everything like that, and restoration and all that stuff. So there's also a thing called let me think, listings, where it's listed and it's not the listings that we're thinking of, where it's listed of like if you have like a old historical fireplace, like, and if you buy the property, and you want to remodel, you have to leave the things that are quote listed in the listing from when you buy it, and you can't change it. Also, and I asked him, I said, well, what if, somebody still does? And he's like, I mean, will you get sued? And the tour guide Gary was like, yeah, I mean, I'm sure you would, but it wouldn't even get that far because the city would give you the runaround and never approve your permits anyway, so it would never get done. So that, as a fellow historian, that makes me feel good. There was also a window tax that if you had to pay tax based on how many windows you had. And they, in the 1700s, they started to board up and like not even board, cement up some of the windows like on the outer side of their buildings. So if it's like 3 buildings and it looks even, they boarded up like the one side to where it's cemented up. So you would only have to pay tax on, I only have this many windows and this many square feet, la la la. Now those windows, or those cemented windows that once were windows, are now quote listed to where now it's a historical fact and document. So you can't tear down those bricks to make it a window again, even though the structure is still there. So I thought that was cool because it's giving like rebellion, but now it's like historical fact because it's something that happened in history. I thought that was really cool. So many stairs, you guys. My fucking legs hurt so bad. I wish I could say like my ass and my thighs hurt. No. Just my feet and my calves are on fire. Like it hurts so bad. There are so many stairs, especially in Edinburgh. Like that's literally all they have. Hills, all this shit. Dude, get this. If you go to Edinburgh, you have to do the castle, which I did poop out. I saw it, but I didn't go up there. I know I hate that because that was like one of the things I wanted to do the most, but gotta honor thy needs, We did on our last day hike, and I'm telling you, it is a fucking hike. Hiked up to Arthur's Seat, which I highly recommend. I thought this was giving like Arthur's Seat, like Night at the Rounds Table. It's not. I don't know why it's called Arthur's Seat. I should probably Google it. But it's basically where 2 tectonic plates like collided, and they made this like mountain range, and it's part of the Himalayas. And oh my God, what's that one in the US where weird things happen? Appalachia. Appalachian Mountains. It's part of the Appalachian Mountains as well. So that whole, I hope I'm right. You're not here for, you don't come to Coffee Meets Vodka for the geography and the history lesson, okay? I'm doing the best that I can. Anyways, I thought that was cool as shit. I mean, I don't even know that I do know the pictures don't even do justice, because you travel up to Arthur's Seat and you can see all of Edinburgh and like beyond. It was amazing. Also on the tour, we did the Highlands, which is where we saw the hairy coos. They're basically the long-haired brown cows that are so cute. I feel like there's definitely paintings of them in Hobby Lobby. And it's actually also so sad because they are raised for meat. But they're so cute, Anywho, Again, our tour guide Gary was so amazing. We were able to find a farm with them, and he called the owner. We didn't pet them, nobody petted them, but we did get up close and super personal, and it was very, very cool. Obviously, we respected the land, we respected the animals. And I will say, you know, being here, like, people are so proud in a different way that America's proud, because I feel like America being proud is, it's giving like bad taste in your mouth. You know what I mean? The people of Scotland, the people of like British people are like very proud of their history in a way that's like, I don't know, it's like very community driven. I don't know if that makes sense. And especially the Scottish people, they were like really nice. And I've met like some of the nicest people here. I know people are like, oh, like the Brits are like really mean. I don't know, like maybe I'm mean and I'm like my people. I have no idea, but it's been like so fun getting to know everybody. Okay, I think that's the recap of Edinburgh. So we did Arthur's Seat, the castle, Edinburgh Castle. We did a day tour. Oh my goodness. Our first stop, I'll say this, enough about Edinburgh. On our first stop, we stopped to get like coffee at this little like cabin. Babe, people were swimming. It was 42 degrees. And they were like swimming in the water, doing like cold plunges and like staying there for like 30 minutes, like swimming. They're like, this is summer. What? 42 degrees. That's crazy. So yeah, we did the Highlands, we did Glencoe. Also, a lot of Harry Potter is filmed in Scotland. I don't know if you know that. We did pass one of the bridges in the last movie where Harry talks to the Ravenclaw princess or whatever, not the princess. Are they princesses? About the Horcrux of the tiara. That bridge is in Scotland. Also, there was a school that we passed that J.K. Rowling got inspo for Hogwarts, and then Hogwarts was filmed in a different school in maybe Cambridge. I don't know. It just came up on my Instagram and I forgot the name of it. But she got the inspiration from the school that I do have a picture of in Scotland, but they filmed it somewhere else. And a lot of Harry Potter was filmed in Scotland. I guess that makes sense because no way London has like that much like greenery and space. By the way, London is huge. Like, I feel like I don't say that much coming from like a place like Houston where everything's like really spread out and whatever. London's huge, guys. It takes like an hour to get everywhere and it's wild. I will say I've gone on the train. Yesterday I went on the train by myself. Love that they have public transportation. I feel like everything's pretty self-explanatory and it's like fairly easy to navigate and everything's like pretty clean. Like the subway, I feel good about it. Everybody's like, you know, working and it's clean and like commuting. You know what I mean? Definitely you should still be aware of your surroundings. I'm not saying like fall asleep and, you know, don't set an alarm or like put your phone away or whatever. But for the most part, I feel safe. I will say I have been warned many, many, many a times that there are people on bikes that will just come and like snatch your phone out of your hand. So don't walk around with your phone in London or I guess really anywhere. But yeah, other than that, it's cool. So today I'm going to, like I said, King Henry VIII's museum. Very excited. Hopefully I'll give you guys an update about that. I will say before we went to Edinburgh, we went to, because we stayed in London for a little bit, we went to a singles night. Can I talk about this for a second? It's called Thursdays. This is not a sponsored ad, but it's basically like a dating app / like they have events. And we went to one of their Thursdays events at the Little Orange Door in Clapham. I think that's it. It's probably not it. And so many people were talking to us. I was so shocked. Like literally got some numbers, got some like, not some, but anyways, it doesn't matter. I just feel like in America, especially like in Houston, I don't know about where you guys are, but the guys you go out and they're like, excuse me, I'm watching sports. Even if they're single, like you guys don't, like, you want to be alone forever? Like, I mean, great. Thank you. The trash is taking itself out. But like they chatted us up. They were nice. They were like, oh, okay, somebody else wants to talk to you. Like, I'll catch you later, like, blah, blah, blah. And I guess because like we were at a singles event and they knew like it was kind of a natural speed dating, if you will, almost. Like, it's like people know not to like hog each other all night. If you want to pursue something with this person, if you have a connection, then like get their number and plan a date after on a different day. But yeah, I don't know. It was very cool. Very cool. Everybody was so nice. This one guy, I was like, ordering, and he was like, "You're from Austin?" And I was like, "Wow, very close. I'm from Houston." He goes, "I have a friend in Austin." Obviously he's British, this guy. He's like, "I have a friend in Austin, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "Wow." He's like, "You have an accent." And I was like, I'm offended. I absolutely do not have a country accent. Thank you. Thank you. And yesterday I went to the British Museum and I was talking to these guys from Japan, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm from Texas." And they were like, "Oh yeah, you don't have an accent." And I was like, "I don't," because I guess I didn't hear them at first. He's like, "No, you don't, right?" And I was like, "No, I don't. Thank you for saying that." I was like, I would be so offended if you guys said that I had a country accent. That is like not cute, let me tell you. Anyway, so that's my trip so far. The guys are nice. I will say this too. I was talking to my girlfriend who lives here, obviously. And she's Australian, but she lives here. And she was like, the guys here are just, they don't make a move. They just want pen pals. And apparently it's like British, maybe people, but like British guys are very slow. Like they like to take things very slow, which sure, I guess maybe I could do slower things in my life. But at the same time, I feel like, we're here for a short time, not even just in London, just on this earth for like a short time. Like time is a wasting, like let's put some pep in our step. Let's do the damn thing. Sure. I could probably take a page out of their book because like I'm impulsive and very like quick and don't really think things through sometimes, okay? But at the same time, it gets me places and I don't really regret being like that, But yeah, apparently the British guys here are like really slow and they want like pen pals, which is nice because like I wish the guys in America would even talk to you. They just want to hook up. But it's like, can we get a happy medium? Like I don't want to talk forever and I don't want to just hook up. Like I feel like I'm Goldilocks here, okay? Like can we do something that's in the middle? Anyways, I don't know. This makes sense of why the British guys in America that do come over, I scare them. And I scare, oh my gosh, you guys, in Edinburgh, we went to this bar. I saw the hottest man, not even hot, I'm sorry, so beautiful, a little baby, beautiful 28-year-old man. He looked like a young, but prettier James Marsden. Oh my God. And I go, you should model. I scared the shit out of him. How did I scare the shit out of him by complimenting you? I don't understand. I don't get it. Anyways, that was what I was going to say. That was my story. Okay, well, that's it for my recap. Let's get into some hot topics. I don't have many. I just have a few things that I wanted to address because I posted about, I don't know if you guys are, I guess you're on TikTok, whatever, because the normal public is on TikTok. But I don't know if you guys follow the girl who says, "You want more? I'll give you more." Her name is Kyle Marissa Roth. And she passed away 2 weeks ago. And I posted a video because I was fucking in shock because that's so crazy. And then I saw yesterday another TikToker died. I don't know what's going on with all these TikTokers dying, but it was crazy. And the only people who were mean were the people that were on TikTok, not on YouTube Shorts, not on YouTube, not on Instagram, only on TikTok. They're like, "Oh my God, you're smirking, you're laughing, you're gleeful." But babe, no, I wasn't. I was fucking in shock. I'm sorry if that's not good enough for you, but like, that's how I react. I guess it's good that I'm not your friend. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think that is so crazy. And then there's like conspiracy theories going around, which I definitely never want to assume, but saying that something happened because she does a lot of blind items and somebody didn't like what she said and then maybe took care of it. Who knows? I don't think that. I think if we get in the weeds, we really we're far from the plot. The point is like, young people are dying and we need to know why. Why are the young people dying? That's scary. Okay, I also really want to talk about the best part of my whole trip is that Tortured Poets Department has dropped, and it dropped while I was on the train to Edinburgh, and it was rainy and it was moody and it was like amazing. Top songs immediately: Down Bad, Loss of My Life. Holy shit, Loss of My Life has been on repeat. Am I sad? Absolutely not. Do I have somebody that I'm thinking about? No. But and it kind of sucks because I can't like appreciate it. Like I genuinely feel so happy and healthy. And like I can't even like force myself to be sad because the Lexapro, you know what I mean? But oh my God, the album I think is good. Am I gonna be able to learn every word to it? Probably not, because there is a lot of words to all of the songs. And I think I'm definitely just going to be able to like listen to it. You know what I mean? Down Bad might be the only one where I can kind of find the words or learn the words. But other than that, I think it's crazy. You know what? I'm sick of the conspiracy theories of like, who's this song about and whatever. And I have to say, Taylor did this to herself. She created monsters and it is us. But I have to say, I'm a little bit icked out that she basically wrote a whole album about Maddie Healy. It just doesn't sit well with me, and I don't really like this theory, so I'm just choosing to listen to the album as just a art. Like I don't care who it's about. If it's about Maddie Healy, okay, whatever, do you, boo. But like I'm sick of like trying to figure out who it's about. Like who cares? Just listen to the work and like listen to the song and like the feeling and think about your own life, you know? Think about the guy who ghosted you. Like, do that. You know what I mean? Like, apply it to yourself. Like, be obsessed with yourself and be like, oh my God, Taylor wrote this for me. I'm just over trying to figure out who's it about because haven't done that since, I don't know, Speak Now, when she would do the letters and whatnot, which she did write 1 or 2 songs about Kim Kardashian. The Thank You, Amy. That was pretty good. Honestly, I like it too because justice for the psychos. You know what I mean? Like, we are really getting a moment, and as well as Post Malone. He's in Roadhouse. He's in Torture Post Department. He's in Cowboy Carter. I mean, Post Malone is really just having a moment. And I also can't believe that Beyonce and Taylor trusted him with such secrets. That's crazy. But yeah, okay, Torture Poets Department song is really good. Fortnite, obviously really good. Down Bad, Love of My Life. But Daddy, I Love Him, that's really good too. I do like that song. There's like 30 songs or something. That's like the 37. I don't know, 30 something. That's like all I can think about right now. But those are like really, really good. I like it. I can listen to the album as a whole. I really like it. It's an art piece. Obviously, I like moody music. So this is right up my alley. I'm super obsessed. So I think it's good. Grammys, album of the year. People are also saying, like, I saw this one TikTok of this guy saying that he was like, Taylor needs to focus on making timeless songs versus a bunch of wordy situations, like wordy songs, like songs with like too many words, which I will say do her, like I'm still gonna listen, but that's why I'll never be able to learn all of the words to Torture Poets because like there are so many words. And I will say, you know, people in the comments were like saying like Aaron Drescher like really, really pushes her, and where Jack Antonoff kind of puts music to a Taylor song, like background music. And I will say all of my favorite songs are produced by Aaron Drescher. Drescher, you know who I'm talking about. So I don't know. I just think I'm so proud of her, and I'm proud of the work that, this album is, and it seems really raw. And So Long London couldn't have come out at a perfect time. Like that's going to be my goodbye song to London town. I love it so much. We are also going to a play, so I can't wait to talk to you guys about that too. We're going to go see Sister Act. I'm very excited for that. Okay, wait. I wanted to talk about Alexia from Real Housewives of Miami and Todd are getting a divorce. That's wild. I guess Adriana. Oh my God. I'm sorry, babe. I couldn't remember your name. I guess Adriana clocked it, saying that like it was weird that Todd wasn't at that party that they had at their house, and that Todd saw Adriana in the elevator and was like, yeah, I'm getting a divorce, or like things aren't good or whatever. Ew, hindsight 2020. Candace Dillard Bassett and Chris Bassett are expecting their first child. Love that. Happy for them. Robin of Real Housewives of Potomac, Robin Dixon, is not coming back. I don't know if I already said that, but I don't know that she's like necessary, but like she'll be missed. She didn't really bring anything to the table because she kept all that shit about Juan private. So like, what's the point? And then I wanted to talk about, you guys, guess what? Because we have different TV. We have different TV here in the UK, obviously, than in the US. I've been watching Married at First Sight Australia. And I have to tell you, the TikToks are what got me fucking hooked on this shit. If you want to start Married at First Sight Australia, start on the most current season. I believe it's season 10. Anyways, most current season, episode like 11 or 12. It's so good. It's so good, dude. The medium, her name is Madeline, and she's married to Ash. And Madeline used to be an actress, or wanted to be an actress, hung up her acting chops, became a psychic medium. Babe, it is giving acting. I am fucking the roller coaster that I'm on with Madeline. It's giving. Oh my God. Oh my God. Now I'm sad. Now I'm happy. Now I'm sad. Now I'm happy. Now I'm mad. Oh my God. Why are you doing this? I'm weird. I'm weird. No, like, don't you know that I'm weird? Like, oh my gosh, I'm so weird. Like, sorry, this is annoying, blah, blah. Babe, it is a fucking whirlwind of a roller coaster of emotions. Ash's face, same. I'm so fucking shocked. Like, I'm so shocked. This has to be a bit. Like, you can't tell me this isn't a bit, that she's hired to get ratings. There's always one. Like, Ed, unfortunately, got me into 90 Day Fiancé. I used to watch it, but like, I do all the franchises now because of Ed was so wild in the beginning. Now, I mean, I could never stand him, but like, the memes were funny, got me into it. This psychic medium, Madeline, got me into Married at First Sight Australia. You're welcome for her. She needs a raise because she's making it broad. She's making Married at First Sight Australia worldwide, okay? Like, they are viral on TikTok. Like, I was talking to somebody at the airport before we even came here. They brought up Married at First Sight Australia. And I was like, oh my God, I've seen the clips as well. Like, it is crazy. It is wanting me to get in. You guys have got to watch it. It is so fucking good. It's so good. It's so good for no reason. Like, no reason being that good. I'll leave you on this note. She was like sitting at dinner and she's like staring. She's just like, sorry, I'm getting a download. And like just staring. And then he's like, are you okay? And then she's like, you're loved, you're loved, you're loved, you're loved, beyond, 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 beyond. Like, babe, it's like a little much. Also, the matchmakers are savage because Ash lost his brother a couple years ago, and Madeline's a psychic medium, and not them in their confessionals being like, I just think Ash and Madeline would be so good together. Yeah, because you think she's going to read him for filth, like from, his brother. Also, Madeline was like getting a quote download when she was getting her hair and makeup done. She's like 38, 38, 38, 38, 38. She's like, do you think he's 38? Her sister, by the way, I'm sorry, not her sister, a different girl. Her name is Jade. Her best friend's name is Rhea, R-H-E-A. But I think it's pronounced Rhea, unless that's just their accent. Anyways, back to Madeline. She was like, I just feel like my husband is 38, 38, 38. And she asked her sister, she's like, do you think he's 38? And like the editors cut to Ash and it was like, Ash 33. That's so embarrassing, babe. Anyways, editors are savage. The matchmakers are savage. And you guys have got to watch. I don't think we get it, but I think I can buy it on Amazon Prime. So I'm definitely buying the season when I get back. Anywho, I will keep you guys updated on all my adventures here in the UK. Be sure to subscribe anywhere you get podcasts and on YouTube. Coffee Meets Vodka podcast, don't forget. And follow us at coffee.meets.vodka on Instagram and TikTok. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.